Hey everyone, I'm a disembodied floating chess piece trapped in outer space. Alright. Artificial intelligence can be used to find cheaters in video games. That's that's right. Okay. I'm going to go on raw on this one. No introduction here, people. Anyway, artificial intelligence can be used to find cheaters in online gaming. There's a lot more to this can of worms than I think a lot of people are ready for. For one, using AI to find cheaters is going to be insanely effective. Mainly because this takes the focus off of the software as a means to hide the cheating methods and turns everything into a mind game. Here's the thing, you don't want to be in a mind game against artificial intelligence. AI is really, really amazing at finding patterns and can even make decisions based on those findings. It can red flag players for being suspicious or outright ban them if the AI reaches a perceived threshold or something like that. One of the things about online gaming is that there's going to be a lot of players and there's going to be a lot of games. And this is an ideal environment for AI because that's how it gets all those really juicy patterns. That's why you can't play mind games because you'll be guy number 1000 who did the same exact mind game and you didn't fool it this time. In other words, it's just going to keep getting smarter and smarter. But AI can be used in various other ways to enhance your online gaming as well, not just to stop cheaters. There's a lot of other stuff going on. Since AI is so amazing at reading data, it can be used to find out all kinds of info about the player, such as player skill. One of the biggest things going on right now in gaming, such as Overwatch, in a game like Overwatch, is this notion that some characters can gain skill rank in competitive games at different rates from each other. But not only that, we often have to mull over the idea that sometimes having gold doesn't actually mean you're carrying the team. For example, characters in Overwatch who play poorly or in specific setup will often get higher numbers. Aggressive players will tend to do more damage. Ana tends to heal better if she's surrounded by tanks versus if she's surrounded by healers, right? In fact, there are a lot of really crazy examples where we have criticized the stat system entirely because the stat system only reports stats. It doesn't. It's not really reporting a player's personal skill. We always say that it's like you can't quantify how good somebody really is just by looking at the stats, right? And that's always been something that you always see that sort of crops up. Like, here's the thing: when AI is used to parse match data, it can actually find exactly these kinds of patterns. In other words, AI can quantify these things that we would always say are not quantifiable. Like, does everybody stay together in a group? How often do you run off on your own when you're not really supposed to? Stuff like that. But it can also find things that we're not used to, like, well, it's an entirely enclosed system, so it can figure out that if Reaper runs off on his own, he actually dies more often. And be like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I'm just using this as an example. AI can, and the more stats you feed AI, the better, right? So we'll feed AI even more information, right? So like as it gets more successful, and it's going to be, so we'll probably start off with just like preventing cheaters, and then it'll move to like, well, why don't we do some more? Like, why don't we figure out how to reward skill ranking to players in competitive and stuff like that? I think it's already happening. But it's such a common thing right now, and AI is open source. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised that this is something that we're already facing because Jeff Kaplan, over at Overwatch and everything like that at Blizzard, he's not really telling us the nitty gritty details. You want to know why? He might not know because AI figures things out in different ways. You can predict where AI is going to go. You can't predict how it's going to get there. So it's very difficult to really figure those things out. So, here's the thing though. I don't know when this process stops. A lot of people do not realize how good AI is when it comes to finding patterns in data. So from here on out, I think I'm about to go, HAL 9000 on you. This is the part where if you're a sane person at all, like maybe this should be a little bit unsettling. AI is so good at detecting patterns that it's entirely possible it will begin to find really crazy shit we as humans never thought about. Shit's going to get really real when you find out that the AI thinks you are a cheater even before you cheat. And that's kind of funny because you are about to. It may even be able to identify your playing patterns like a fucking fingerprint. And it's possible. I can't stress this enough. It's really that good at figuring this kind of shit out. How about that Smurf account you enjoy so much? Well, good fucking luck getting away with it when the AI knows your personal skill after a couple rounds of play. Every little thing you do is now being fucking watched. And if your team runs ahead of you and you hang back, the AI is going to be wondering if you just, if your ass just took a sip of Pepsi or if you just toggled. The AI might know if you alt-tabbed. In fact, you don't even know. Basically, what's going to happen after a while is we're just going to feed the AI everything, and it'll figure, was it alt-tab? Did he change fucking video resolution? Even weird shit. And the AI, this is going to be these repositories. You can already see this pattern going on right now, where there's just information about us just hanging out somewhere. And it's really good for AI. I know this sounds crazy, but this kind of system is super fucking good at finding these kind of patterns. It won't be thinking about you on a personal level. It's thinking of you as someone who just alt-tabbed. And suddenly you gained a little more accuracy. Now, it gets even more crazy. If the data used to figure you out is stored on a remote location, that means your data may never go away, right? Well, think about that. In other words, your gaming fingerprint not only becomes more and more pronounced the more you play, it may affect your status on other games if that repository is used by other AIs for other systems. And the further we go down this rabbit hole, the more data is going to be stored. Eventually, we'll start to actually see accurate interpretations of of the people playing. We may even begin to see genetics and habits come into play. Like this person plays when he's too fucking tired all the time. There's things that you're going to be shocked. Like, if you think that the analytics now are bad, it's only going to keep getting worse. The AI may be able to tell if you're just, if you just fucking took a rip of the bong, for example. Like, you were playing normal and you just, and within the next, it's probably going to know that your accuracy just dropped, or you're being a little bit more aggressive than you were before. It can actually detect this stuff. See, it's fucking crazy. It might even be able to suggest like-minded players who you're highly likely to befriend. I mean, it's totally capable of voice, of listening on voice comms and most certainly able to see what you type in chat. And the more advanced the AI, the more this is true, right? So like the first round of this stuff is probably not going to be that advanced, but you got to really be thinking about this. Like, yeah, like the better the AI gets, the more features can come out of it. Artificial intelligence has no fucking brakes. I mean, this rabbit hole goes deep. What are you doing, Dave? What are you doing? Okay, so I hope everybody hears a little bit of a sound difference, slightly improved. I just built a new rig. I got a whole new machine, almost a whole new machine, using some of the old parts, stuff like that. It's a lot quieter, better sound quality. I've been kind of taking a week or 2 or 3 off from making content, so I'm fully intending to get back into it, and I'm going to be probably making more videos along these lines, but I also want to get back into my other stuff. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. and subscribe to me on VidMe, and make sure to go to Steemit and give me an upvote on Steemit, because Steemit is my fucking home. Steemit's my fucking home.